Good morning. Welcome to Keep This in Mind, brought to you by SpechtHealth.com. It's a couple minutes past our normal time, but I just wanted to share with you this past weekend, Tina and I went to Phoenix, Arizona to a conference for our health coaching community. And let me tell you, I've been to conferences before. I've listened to great speakers, but nothing really could prepare me for what took place this past weekend. Because you go in thinking, okay, we're going to have motivational speakers, we're going to have people talking about the nuts and bolts of business. But this was completely different. It was called Level Up, and well, here's a couple examples. We had a worship service on the third day. We had instances where people shared some of the darkest times of their life and how they sought help. We saw, yes, we got nuts and bolts. Yes, the great John Maxwell was one of the keynotes. And again, when I say these are just the notes from day 2, but it was so much more than that. It was a time where we really realized what a mission could look like. It was a time where it felt so much like, the only thing I can equate it to is church, but even more than that, because not only were we being equipped and inspired and challenged, but there was this sense of belonging and community that you're not in it alone. If there was a recurring theme, it started off with, when's the time right now? Who right here? When's the place right here? What's the time right now? And that was kind of the beginnings of it. But then it kept coming back to, I see you. How many times in life do we feel like we're not seen? That we're in a room and maybe we're to the side or we're in a row and we just feel all alone, even in a crowd of people. How many times do we feel like we're the only ones going through what we go through? To me, that was the overreaching positivity of the event, was that so many people are dealing with so many things right now and they feel like they're all alone. But then when somebody else says, I see you, I see that you're hurting, I see that you're struggling, I see that you're not feeling your best, I see that you're questioning, and I'm not judging you for that. I'm merely telling you that I'm here with you. I see you. I felt that way, and this is how I have continued to contend. So many times we get isolated. I think about the herd mentality, the lion who tries to take out the herd. He doesn't go after the strongest in the herd. He tries to find the weakest, the one that's off by itself. And it doesn't matter what animal it is. If you watch it, they always pick off the one that kind of drifts. So think about that for a minute. Are you part of a community that sees you? Are you part of something that understands your struggles, that maybe has been through similar struggles and can help you? Because we all go through things. Nobody's perfect. No life is perfect. One of the things that I realized was no matter how advanced my leadership was, they still contend and struggle with a lot of the same things we do. One of the things that really impacted me, and it kind of fit in with some of my military training, is somebody said, I think it was Becca Tinter, she said, it doesn't get easier. You get better at doing hard things. I want you to hear that. It doesn't get easier. You just get better at doing hard things. You see, life is hard. It's full of tough choices. It's full of taking a stand. It's full of putting yourself out there. It's full. Nobody gets comfortably successful. So I want to ask you the question today. Are you surrounded by a community that is willing to pray for you, that is willing to challenge you, that's willing to say that I see you. Because if you're not, maybe it's time to find a new community. Because we as human beings weren't meant to do life alone. Now you're like, David, what, you want me to join your health thing? You know what? If you want to, we'd be honored to have you. All I'm saying is, before it's too late, get yourself surrounded by people who will help iron sharpen iron. And iron sharpening iron is not just challenging you, but it's also being there, seeing you, and realizing that we are in this together. Rising tide raises all ships. Be sure you're on the right one. God bless.